we go. Going live. I got a banner for this show. See, I did the banner last time. Superhero spoiler show. And that's the content for my free but then you can't see who the guest is. So we had somebody watching the show and they didn't know who Kate was. All right, let me get the comp. Wait. Oh,
that happens a lot.
Okay. Somebody has to chat first and then it'll switch. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here for the first ever spoiler show with a bunch of AFOLs. And we are going to talk about WandaVision. And a new episode dropped today, episode 6. I've got that one as the all-new Halloween Spooktacular. So that's going to be the main conversation. And I want to keep this show to about an hour, but do you guys want to do a recap of the first 5? Or do you want to get right into the new stuff?
I say give a little recap into the first 5.
Little recap. I can just do it really quickly because I watched all 6 episodes today. So chime in if you have something to say. But the first episode was in the 50s. They did black and white. It was called Filmed Before a Live Studio Audience, which they actually did. They filmed the first 2 episodes in front of a live studio audience, and that was a cool idea. But it was like very gimmicky to get some more less comic fans and more general public, I think, on board. As they spoofed I Love Lucy and introduced some characters to us. We see Agnes and we see some Easter eggs like the brooch or the pin she's wearing and trying to figure out who these characters are. But they really kept that one to a sitcom. And I know, Willie, you're good with all the commercials. Remember the commercial for the first episode?
I believe the first commercial was the Stark toaster.
Yep.
Stark Industries toaster.
With the little red light.
Yep. And there's reason to believe. Which stone is that in Vision's head? I always get the stones actually mixed up.
A red stone?
No, he's got the yellow one, right?
Yellow.
He's got the soul stone.
Oh yeah.
It's like is it the orange one? Or is it yellow?
You talking about Vision Stone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Mind Stone.
So the Mind Stone is could be alluded in the first TV commercial because of the placement of the red dot on the toaster.
Yeah, because if you look at it, it looked like there was 2 eyes and a mouth on the toaster.
Right.
A lot of toasters look like that.
I like how they use the repulsor blast of a sound effect for when it came up, I think. Yeah. It's a good little thing.
Pulling up the YouTube here. Yeah, so other than that, we get this kind of crazy commercial. Buffering on the other screen. I gotta watch the other room. I should have probably done introductions before I just jump in the show. We got Larry Legond here.
Legend.
Legend.
Nobody ever gets it right. I gotta change my whole identity because it doesn't click with people. Yeah. I mean, once you hear that, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. It's Legend spelled with the Lego.
I knew that.
I guess it wasn't very well
It
thought
didn't
out.
play well.
Too late to change, though. It's too late to change.
Too late. So, can I call you a Deadpool fan, though?
You might.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're all Lego enthusiasts. There you go. So if you like Deadpool mocks, check out Larry Legend. Agent Playwell, thanks for joining the stream. You're in my inner circle of buddies, and we stream a lot. Willie, though, we see you a lot in other streams. Thanks for being here on this one.
Thanks for having me.
Right away, I knew Willie was a big superhero fan, and he always, for the longest time, Willie would be trying to buy my Hall of Justice off me. Trying to win the Hall of Justice in an auction for the longest time. It's the best way to have an icebreaker with you. So it's great to have you on the show.
So tonight I offer you $40 for it.
That's for the instruction. That's for the instructions for it, right?
Oh my gosh. Maybe I could do the instructions. I want to. Someday I want to collaborate basically with you and have something together. But
yeah, that'd be fun.
All of you actually would be great if we could get together and collaborate again. So we'll throw Lego comments in as we chat about the show. So that's what it is. It's a Lego stream. And so next, Brickhuntress, we have Kate joining us with the Captain America shirt. Very good.
Oh yeah.
And
my Spider-Man mosaic tonight.
You're working on a Spider-Man mosaic. So. Good. If you're working on Lego, I know I have a mech. I've got the Miles Morales set here, ready to be built.
Oh, nice.
Like a cool minifigure in there.
He is very cool. I like him.
BamaBricks.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
Doing good.
All right. You got some Lego around you?
Got the McLaren set.
Some Speed Champions. Mm-hmm. That looks like it's not like they always have stickers. They all look pretty brick built.
Yeah.
All right. So I actually have Bryce, Lego Train Guy.
Hello.
And Bryce is my buddy from the train museum. So I'm going to keep mostly you in the back room because I invited more people to the stream than I can afford to put on than I can afford to put on to StreamYard with a free account. So I learned a big lesson here today. So thanks for being here, Lego Train Guy, and we'll say hi to Gribbling Wizard in the chat and anybody else that joins.
Jesse, I got all of 3 mechs the other day. The Miles Morales, the Thor, and the Captain America, and I've already built them up.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm finishing the treehouse.
All right. We're going to let you finish the treehouse in the back room, if you don't mind.
Okay. Add me in anytime, okay?
We'll pop you in and check in on you from time to time, or you can always chat from there too. So if you want to say something, I'll be prompted by chat. So thank you. All right, so that's how we're gonna do it today, and I guess I'll probably have to upgrade the account so I can.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll try to move along fairly fast. So there's a recap, and then we want to talk about new stuff. But episode number 2 was in the 60s. They did Don't Touch That Dial, and that was like the Bewitched episode. They did the toy helicopter. They sent a drone in, and it came in, and it was a black and white episode, but the drone was in color, a little toy helicopter. They did a lot of fun stuff on that episode with like the girls club and the boys club, and then Vision ate the gum, and he got a little drunk off of some gum.
That was a little weird.
Yeah.
Pretty weird. I was like, okay. But Paul Bettany is a great actor and physical actor. So that and the magic show in general was pretty cool. And then they start teasing us with these events for the children. Everyone.
For the children.
For the children. So that was like leading into what we're starting to see in these new episodes with the twins. I think they're almost like throwing, like somebody's behind the scenes controlling this, throwing ideas at Wanda, and then they come about.
I agree with that.
Remember let's see. So the commercial for that one was the Strucker watch. And they kind of use all the same actors for the commercials. It's kind of like a good way to, I think, like show again like something else is in control, censoring the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I think that Strucker watch commercial was the time stone.
Yeah, and they had Hydra was on the watch.
Mm-hmm.
Hydra, and we had Hydra again in the next episode with the bath powder soap, and we start to go to color episodes with the 70s and the Brady Bunch theme, which was super clever. All these little, like every episode has a a theme song, and
I liked the Brady Bunch one a lot.
fantastic storytelling. Yeah. So she's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
The neighbor starts to get glitchy. There's I think we're introduced to Monica Rambeau, Geraldine. She was in the black and white episode too, though, I think.
Yeah, she was at the party planning meeting.
She was in there right away. I think in the background, even as we get into episode 4. We'll just go real quick here. Episode 4. We interrupt this program, and this last episode might be winning me over for a favorite, but 4 was my favorite because they did the reverse snap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing my Infinity shirt here, Infinity War. So I really liked. I mean, that just caught me so off guard. I've said it before. Like I was watching that episode, and like 3 times caught me off guard. Like, holy crap, what are they doing? Holy crap. That was one. They did the blip. They explained 5 years difference as she woke up, and we start to see more evidence that things can leave the hex and become real, or retain some properties. So we see the guy with the bee suit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the jump rope became real. They show like that part of it anyway. And then they, I don't know, other things like are coming out, and it's like theorizing that you could leave the hex and possibly still exist.
I wonder to that bee guy.
The what?
The beekeeper.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to him, because they said Monica was the first one to successfully come out,
Mm-hmm.
but yet he got kicked out or rewind before Monica did.
Yeah. I think he went in after she came out.
No.
Because John Woo, the FBI guy, he's like, you're gonna send another one in, or I don't know. Anyway, he's still in there. We don't know. I mean, I think they're doing it to show that things change and then can come out and
Right.
all right. So
Was that
the other,
Was that one of the first instances too, where like Vision looks over and Wanda looks over and sees the beekeeper, and then they're like, "What is that? Like, who is that, and why are they here?" Like, I remember that being kind of that first indicator, at least for Vision, of being like,
Yeah.
shouldn't be
Well,
here.
that was it happened in it happened in the second episode, but the fourth episode they show it from another point of view.
Okay.
So that's why I really like the fourth episode, because it recaps 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, and I think that's when Darcy had noticed the jump cuts.
Yeah.
And so they don't know that she's redoing or replaying or reshooting things she doesn't like, or hiding.
things. So a lot of it's Wanda, a lot, but there's definitely something else going on here.
And I think in episode 4, didn't who's the director guy? Wasn't he asking? It's like, so does Wanda have some kind of a crazy alter ego name? And they're like, no. I'm like, she's never gonna be called Scarlet Witch. I mean,
yeah. Acting director Tyler Hayward. That gets us into episode 5, actually, the Family Ties episode, and calling her the principal victimizer, and really painting her as the villain. But he's kind of the villain himself, and in a way, he's trying to. So it seems like. Well, let's see. What else can we touch on? They don't do a commercial in 4, but they go with the Legos paper towels in 5. And the kids grow from 0 to 5 to 10 years old.
I think that was my favorite commercial.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah,
that made me laugh.
It was a deep cut kind of, blood is spilled and they're trying to clean up the mess.
The
and if
motto
you'll notice,
was
like after the commercial like fades to black, and they say, it'll clean up all your messes, and you still hear the beer dripping onto the floor after they thought they'd wiped it up.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So we saw Dead Vision in the episode before it. We see another Flash in this new episode. And then also in the Family Ties episode, let's see here, we see the Kevlar pants. That was great to see that, like, something comes out and it retained some of the physical properties of the Kevlar, but then changed.
Mm-hmm.
But the dog dies, and she has a talk with the kids. Don't age yourself out of this catastrophe, or your feelings. And no, I can't fix dead. But Agnes is like, can you do that? And then the big WTF moment at the Larry's favorite. Tell us what happens at the end of episode 5, Larry.
Well, you have Evan Peters show up as a recast. I'm like,
It's my favorite.
and yeah, I was just on pins and needles all day, waiting for my buddy, who's another huge comic book fan, to finally watch it. And finally, like at 10 o'clock at night, he was watching. He said, "Well, we have to FaceTime when you watch it, so I can see your face." And, that was pretty well. And I had all day to think about it, and be like, okay. And after watching this new episode, I'm like, okay, is this going to be what I hope it is, or not? Because if it's going to be the introduction to mutants, well, you have these two conflicting storylines as far as they're growing up. Because if you remember in First Class. I think it was in First Class when you actually see the Wanda. You're not introduced to her, but you see her like from the back of her head. She's a little girl, younger than Pietro, watching TV.
Right.
And in that story, Magneto's their dad.
Yeah.
But in this other story, they have different parents. So it's like, and Evan Peters is alluding to their life growing up in Sokovia. So I'm just kind of like, how are they going to reconcile these?
Yeah. Yeah, they show a deleted scene of the X-Men version of Quicksilver with a younger version of Scarlet, his sister. Not quite twins, but a lot of twins references. I like that they're doing more stuff. They're doing stuff on purpose to pull our strings and make us talk about it like that. Just to make us talk about it.
Bunch of suckers we are.
So I know Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are mutants in the comics, but has it been established that they were born that way, or were they? Because from what I remember from Age of Ultron, weren't they using them to be? They were experimenting on them with the Space Stone, when they had it, or the Mind Stone. I can't remember which one it was. Were their powers came from that, or were they born that way still in the movies?
They never explained the base, like why they was experimenting with them, but supposedly their powers come from the stone.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
When Captain America called them enhanced, you would think the stone enhanced something. Or made something else stronger. But since they couldn't legally say mutant, I think they're mutants.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why they were chosen, because I know in the comics, and maybe if someone has more comic knowledge about this particular thing than I do, weren't Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver introduced as... They were introduced as Avengers first, before the X-Men were created, but then joined the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and then are revealed to be mutants. I can't remember. I
think Scarlet Witch is an original Avenger. No, that's wrong.
She was an early on Avenger, but she was
early on, not the very first.
Right.
So when they split, they did West Coast Avengers. She was more West Coast Avengers. And there's a whole tie with Wonder Man and some lore there that they might Easter egg. So it's all about references. It's got us talking. I couldn't be happier, really, with how things are going.
Yeah, I don't think they could get away with.
Okay. Perfect segue. Here we go. Pop quiz, hot shots. Okay, so the first person to answer this correctly gets 5 points. So I'm going to read you a quote from one of the Marvel movies, any Marvel movie, and first person to answer the character and the movie wins 5 points. If someone gets the character right, they get 2, and someone gets the movie right, they get 2. Okay? All right, here we go. You call me young lady again, and I'll shove my foot up somewhere it's not supposed to be.
It's a good one.
Such a good one.
Wow, she stumps right out of the box.
Yeah, I'm stumped.
Oh, wow.
Okay, again. You call me young lady again, and I'll shove my foot somewhere it's not supposed to be.
It's not Pepper, is it?
No.
Pepper?
It's connected to WandaVision in a way.
Is it Peggy?
No.
No.
Yeah, that sounds like Peggy.
It does.
Yeah, like Captain. Yeah, Peggy. Who else do we even have?
Wow.
My guess would be Captain Marvel.
No, but
Black-
close.
No,
Black Widow.
It's Maria Rambeau.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
5 points for Willie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monica Rambeau from Captain Marvel. This movie.
Nice.
All right, Monica Rambeau.
Good.
Very good tying that in with the Pop Quiz clips. Stumping my panel of experts.
Stumping the panel. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to happen randomly through the show. So we have the new episode, WandaVision.
Okay, now I did not know, and I actually had to ask my 15-year-old. Is this based off of what's the name of the Nickelodeon show? Or was it Nickelodeon or one of the Disney shows?
It's Malcolm in the Middle.
That's Malcolm in the Middle? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was I'm too old for that show.
I never watched it, but I just know it because of at the beginning of each episode, Malcolm does his little narration at the very beginning of each episode.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh yeah, huh?
And they do the lettering and everything like that.
Oh,
and
wow.
talks
Perfect.
talks to the camera.
Yep.
These kids did a great job of talking to the camera and spoofing that. So another good weird little thing they do during that one with Pedro is the only one that they say hint hint, he's playing himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Believe us, he's just playing himself. Yeah. I don't think he is. I don't think he's either Quicksilver. It's crazy. He knows too much what's going on.
Yeah, he's fully aware.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He calls her out multiple times throughout the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Making up stories like, remember when we went trick-or-treating?
Mm-hmm.
And is he supposed to be Nick Fury there?
I'm wondering about their costumes.
Yeah, Black Widow.
Well, it could be Mantis.
Wasp.
Could be, Mantis and Nick Fury there trick-or-treating.
Oh, yeah, Mantis. That's right.
But, they have some back and forth about their past.
Oh, yeah, I love where she's like, what happened to your accent? She's like, where's yours?
Right?
Yep.
Some good dialogue there, some good face acting. And he's interacting with the kids a lot.
Yeah.
This was great.
Shotgunning the lime. So
oh, man.
What's the name of the Cane Cola?
Cane Cola.
Oh, there you go. I thought it was lime.
This guy goes deeper into the lore on this show. You'll like this, Larry. I'll let this play for a sec. So Kane was in X-Force.
Oh, gosh.
And there's your guy. Deadpool. Yep. So that's a deep cut. But they put stuff. They put stuff on the in the background a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you gotta pause it and see what's going on.
Well,
so they're wearing their Halloween costumes.
That was great.
I love their hair, and even Wanda's mask is alluding to Wolverine.
Wolverine, or this is, I think, more devil horns.
You think so?
Well, that's the way they looked originally. That's the original looks.
Yeah, that's the original comic book outfits.
Except his hair needs to be completely white or gray.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They did a great job of teaming up. Actually, in some of it, he's like Speed. Tommy grows up to have this. They call him Speed, and Billy grows up to be Wiccan. So,
yeah, and I love how
the costumes reference to those.
Yeah.
This is probably our Phase 5 Avengers with a Kate Bishop, Hawkeye. Mm-hmm. The girl here is Ant-Man's daughter, Stature.
Right.
And then I'm not sure about these guys, but you have Youngling, the Hulkling, and some other stuff going on there. So I think we're building up to that in the Marvel Phase 5-ish. If they follow some of these comics, but they stray a bit, quite a bit. But yeah, these costumes are great. And Vision's wearing his classic, and Billy's wearing classic Wiccan right away. Yeah.
Great for this episode. Let's just say that. How about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right. Do we really want to see this all the time?
No. They got to make fun of it. They got to make fun of it. So.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Back up to the Stark Industries on the drone.
So they're theorizing, Sword is, about this guy anyways. He's taking Stark tech and making more things to weaponizing kind of, instead of a shield, they're a sword. But yeah, that was the last.
Was that the 80s? Was that the 80s drone that they put in, that they took in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's supposed to be the 80s drone.
I never knew that it had. I didn't notice it had Stark Industries on it.
I didn't either.
So here's Monica Rambeau. Here's Darcy showing us her blood work.
Showing her how she's going to turn into Photon.
He is Photon in the comics, or Captain Marvel in the comics. And yeah, I think this just showing the blood work in general kind of leads to maybe people are becoming mutants too. She's got a whole town, almost 4,000 people in there. That could spawn a whole mutant generation.
Yeah, because they also led to that with doing the extra.
What's pause this a little bit. Go back to the panel. So yeah, I got some of the video ready to go. If we, it's not in it. It's like in a different kind of order, but we'll jump around. Anything else you liked? Like guys want to talk about from the show up to that point?
Looks like Bama got a little too far away from Wanda, and he's frozen in time.
Yep. That's
Bama.
Well played, sir. Well played. Play well.
Okay. Bama's getting booted.
Okay.
That was the other thing.
I would like to say, because you got, okay, Jesse, first of all, can you hear me when I'm talking backstage to you?
No.
Okay, then. But can you see my chats in the private chat, though?
Oh, I have to, I have to hit a different window. But,
Come on, Jesse.
I know, it just, a while ago you said...
hour. You're doing great, Jesse. You're playing video and talking to us. You have your hands full. You have no moderator or helper either.
I would also like to say some stuff about WandaVision, the new episode. I think Wanda mentions that the kids shouldn't go past Ellis Avenue, I think it was, and then Vision goes past Ellis Avenue, and he walks by the portal and he tries to get through, but then he starts like crumbling to pieces. He starts getting torn apart.
Well, that was the big question, right, of whether or not Vision was actually going to be able to leave, because Rambo,
right,
and other things,
right. And Vision sees when he goes near the border, he sees that the people are frozen near the edge of town, like they're barely even moving. So
yeah, there's Agnes frozen in her. She wasn't frozen in her car. She had a little more powers. Like she snapped out of it on her own.
Yeah.
But then he did touch her and give her some reality, and she was talking.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, go back on that one, Jesse, because I was thinking he did touch her to wake
He
her
did.
up.
Yeah. Well, no, she. Yeah, because I was paying attention. So she's there looking frozen, and it doesn't play at all in sequence here, but she starts talking.
It's like she was dazed, but not all the way frozen, like the other people were.
Right. Yeah.
But she was almost there.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that the further people get away from Wanda towards the border of the hex, she has less control over them. But she's got them in some kind of a stasis when she can't, be aware and control them. Maybe.
Yeah.
So she kind of puts them all on pause while the main show is going on.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, that is a very good point.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that.
Everybody on the edge of town, they're still all in their Halloween costume. They're still all doing Halloween. They're part of the show, so to speak, but they're just standing around.
Yeah.
Or barely moving. Or like the couple in the front yard, they were like glitching.
Mm-hmm.
That was scary.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the time between Vision exiting the hex and Wanda finding out that Vision is leaving the hex, because he had nearly left the hex, full, normal, without being like disintegrated. Right. And then right at the end, right as his cape was exiting, it started pulling him back. So was that Wanda trying to pull him back, or was he not able to materialize outside of the hex? That's the question I'm asking.
That's a great question. I was looking at it as a visual where it's like blowing him back, because I was kind of noticing that about his cape. It was like blowing straight back, and everything else was like, as pieces start to come off of him, they're blowing straight back.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he's completely reconstituted when the border expands out beyond where he laid on the ground.
Yeah. Okay. So he technically, I guess he's still connected with the cape. So that's why he was able to materialize there. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I was looking really closely at this and trying to see if he ever like grayed out or lost his forehead.
Yeah.
I didn't see it though. It's more of I think
didn't either.
This is his farm, and they're doing a weekend at Bernie's. Weekend
I
at
thought it
Bernie's,
was
then he
great
goes
that
back
this was
into
the
the
moment
show.
that Wiccan kind of discovers his powers, and the way I read it was that he was aware of what Vision was doing, but Wanda wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He hears his dad.
That's great.
And then he stopped, and I didn't notice this until I watched it the second time. But here's his hex power is blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either.
Yeah.
Do you know that's how it is in the comic?
It is, yeah. That's how it is in the comic.
Oh, he's blue.
We got another guest. Let me real quick. This is in the movie in the background. Looks like maybe Night of the Living Dead or something. Some zombie show. Who did I boot? We have Corey here. Welcome to the stream.
Hey.
What's up?
Timing.
Welcome, Corey.
Okay, here we go. Let's see how much he actually knows about Avengers and Marvel. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Kate's doing a pop quiz.
Man, that he knows all there is to know. So let's see what he does. Okay, so the game is, Corey. It's called Pop Quiz Hot Shots. Are you ready? So I say a quote from any Marvel movie, and you guys have the first person to answer the character and the movie it's from gets 5 points.
All right.
Here we go. Let's see. But a thing isn't beautiful because it lasts.
Vision, Age of Ultron.
There we go.
Whoa.
That's how it works. Okay.
Boom.
Okay, we'll do another one.
You can kill me now.
No, that's 5 points for you. This is good. All right.
Jesse.
Is it bad when the host drops out?
Yeah, what happened?
I was just wondering if I could boot myself and then ask something.
You can boot me, Jesse, since I killed that one.
Okay, Troy answered that question. I'm going to put Bama back in. Sorry, I'm playing musical chairs here or something with the stream, Corey, because I don't have the upgraded account. I can only have 6 people on.
Yeah, that's how it is.
I swear it was 10 before. All right, Kate, go ahead.
All right, one more. The world has changed and none of us can go back. All we can do is our best, and sometimes that means to start over.
Captain America.
Captain Carter.
Say that again?
Captain America.
No.
Endgame.
Agent Carter.
Agent Carter, Civil War.
Yeah.
Agent, no, wrong movie, but Agent Carter is the right person.
All right. 5 points.
Civil War. It was Civil War. Where was that from then?
First Avenger.
What was it?
First Avenger.
Oh.
First Avenger.
Come on, Corey.
Wait. No. I'm going to debate that. Say the last part.
It says, all we can do is our best. And that means sometimes to start over.
That's when she was like dying in the bed or sick in the bed, right?
It was Civil War. That was not first. That was not.
Oh,
first.
you might have a bad choice.
Google it.
No.
Let's go. I'll Google it right now.
Let's see. She died in Civil War.
Yeah.
In Civil War.
We didn't really speak in Civil
So
War.
it might be First Avenger.
Yeah. Carter
Right.
really.
She was talking. No, both of us are wrong. It's Winter Soldier.
It's Winter Soldier.
It's Winter Soldier. Because she was on her deathbed.
Right.
Yeah, she was on her deathbed talking to Steve.
It's Winter Soldier.
It's Winter Soldier.
Let's see.
Well, Troy said Winter Soldier in the chat.
Is that what I said? Okay.
Yeah, the Civil War.
We have private chat.
Okay, so
Okay, let's bring.
you get 2 points. Willie, you get 2 points extra for getting it first, and Troy doesn't because he's in the chat.
It's got a time on there. He did it like right away.
But Corey, you get 2 points for the person for sure.
All right.
Good job.
All right. So, man, I thought I'd be better at some of that. I guess I've been just diving in deep with WandaVision too much.
Okay, so Willie and Troy are tied up with 7 points right now.
Oh boy.
All right. So towards the end of the show, we get Wanda going full. I wasn't sure if she was going to go full House of M or what right here.
Man, that was scary.
Yeah, and what is all that going to mean with all the new people she brought in, and what happened to Darcy?
Yeah, Darcy got pulled in, so we'll see if she gets. And the eyes right there. That was
cool.
So yeah, Vision gets absorbed back in, saves her version of the Weekend at Bernie's with Vision. Agent Haywell there is escaping, but Darcy might come back as a waitress or something.
I think that would be a pretty funny homage if she did. I love how the helicopter became a hot air balloon. That was kind of
all the circus elements.
Yeah, I like that scene.
Soldiers are clowns.
I know. That was kind of like, what about your clowns? You know?
Yeah, that was great. The story. I mean, they could not do the show better as far as writing.
And what was that about?
He said,
"I know.
You can't kill your dead husband twice," and she didn't like that.
Yeah, she didn't like that at all.
I stopped it here when I watched it again, and I was like, "Who is this person?" Janelle Samuelman, and she is like one of the directors. Like
I was going to say, all these things are always Easter eggs of people
that are working on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or like original comic book creators or something like that.
Oh yeah,
like artists.
I can't wait for this.
This one looks good. So this is Modern Family, I'm guessing. That's
yeah.
That's cute.
So so she expanded the world, and then it usually changes. And probably we went from the 50s to the 60s to the 70s, and then episode 4 we had a recap, and episode 5 we had the 90s, and episode 6, although it might have been late 90s to 2000.
Episode 5 wouldn't. If it was Family Ties, that would be 80s, right?
Yeah.
You said 90s.
I'm saying episode 6, the one we just watched.
Right, that's 90s.
90s, Malcolm in the Middle, and all the good stuff we're watching. So this looks like a trailer of the new episode, or the next episode, sorry. And more breaking of the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Which is
so
amazing.
To speculate, who's the mechanical engineer they're about to meet up with?
I was just going to ask that.
I've got maybe 2
aerospace engineer. They said
aerospace. Okay, aerospace. So I'm thinking it's either her Skrull friend from the that you saw in Captain Marvel. So there was the younger Skrull in the family that Monica was kind of being friends with. That or another Skrull, and now there was I don't know who did the video, but they were talking about the interview with Paul Bettany regarding some, surprise character coming in, and they were trying to figure that out because it was someone that Paul Bettany had never worked with before. And then it was it was a guy. There's going to be some fireworks about it. Blah blah blah. I'm like, could it be Reed Richards?
Yeah,
I like that. I like that answer.
Right? Like a while ago, what was it? Kevin Feige. He posted a glove, a purple glove that had the glove was like set like this and it was like one of those. And it had nothing to do with WandaVision, but I was like, yeah, they're gonna bring that character in some way, like just out of nowhere. I feel like that's where they're going.
I was thinking this is a little bit of a deep cut, but the movie theater is playing The Incredibles.
That's fun.
And they're ripping off the Fantastic Four powers, or they're just a superhero family like these guys are. Mm-hmm. And I know it's you can't read it in this still, but the second movie was The Parent Trap.
Parent Trap, yeah.
And that's about some twins and some hijinks. So lots of Easter eggs.
I'm not trying to think of any other aerospace engineers. Do we know?
But they could change a little detail to make it work.
That's right.
But
that's just lazy writing.
It could be Riri Williams.
Oh, okay.
The girl that's Lionheart in the comics.
Yeah. Ironheart, yeah.
Because since she was in college, you could easily say that she was in the audience when Tony Stark said he was funding all the research.
Right.
You could easily put her in that audience, turn the camera from the other angle, and make it work with this, that she met Monica in some research or something, and they became friends.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Or you could just say it's Shuri.
Shuri, yeah.
Could say that. I feel like with Shuri, they got plans for her in Wakanda, so
yeah.
Yeah. Still possible.
I hadn't thought of her. And how old would what's her name? Tony Stark's daughter be at this point in the MCU timeline? She wouldn't be old enough yet, would she?
No, she's still a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because WandaVision seems like it's taking place.
Yeah, like within a year of Endgame, right?
Yeah, it seems
kind of
like
unspecified. You have a little bit of time that they, that Monica has been able to acclimate back into real life and get back into with Sword. And you really don't know. So what happened after Endgame with Wanda until now?
Yeah.
Which is a big question.
Yeah, she was freaking out. Grief-stricken.
Yeah.
And this world.
See, that's what I was saying about during Endgame at the final battle, where she just comes in randomly out of nowhere, all like enraged at Thanos.
Yeah.
You took everything.
I don't even know who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna destroy him.
Yeah,
all on her own.
You got a little aggression out, but then grief sets in, and she said it in this episode. She felt completely alone, and then all of a sudden she's living this sitcom.
Mm-hmm.
So I have not read The House of M. Has anyone else read it? And are there any parallels to that storyline? Because I know it's, in that she gets rid of all mutants, and there's some speculation that in this alternate version of the same storyline, she's going to create them.
I definitely think it's a reverse M situation.
You think so?
Yeah. Like, granted, the Inhumans was like kind of the replacements for the mutants in the MCU in a loose way, but like I feel like if they're going this route and they're going this far into like with WandaVision and they're going this deep into it, I could definitely see them doing a reverse M where. But then again,
would that be a W?
W for WandaVision.
Wanda. Yeah,
WandaVision and Westview is both WV. But I like the reverse thing. She's gonna
Westview WandaVision. I didn't even think
in House of M. She speaks no more mutants, and she snaps mutants out of existence. So Corey's saying the reverse of that, right? She's gonna snap. She'll say something, and mutants will exist, and we kind of already see it with the blood work and stuff, like Photon is coming about. But I think she's going to speak, and like I would like to guess. I've said it before, and I might be changing my mind a little bit as I watch more. But I would like to hear her whisper something like, "No more lies," and then
that would be good if she whispered that.
And then the truth of mutants is spoken into this.
And how many total episodes are there going to be? Do we know?
No.
Do we know?
9 episodes.
8 or 10?
9?
9 episodes, yeah.
9?
Ooh.
9 episodes across 8 weeks. So the first week you had 2, and then it's going to be 7 more.
Oh, that's just too short.
Yeah, I heard they were going to do something like 8, but they expanded it so at 9 or not. If it's 9 episodes, then
yeah, they were originally going to do 6 episodes.
Was it 6, and now we're at 9? Okay.
Yeah, 6 1-hour episodes.
Wow.
Well, at least we'll have Falcon and Winter Soldier when it wraps.
Yeah, it's going to roll out March. That's really good. I don't know, but I've had such a busy day. I haven't had a chance to even watch this episode.
What?
But trust me, none of this conversation is going to interfere with my
Corey,
tradition.
you got to do what I do. As soon as I wake up, I turn on the TV before I get out of bed. I watch it this morning. The second week in a row, I'm just like, I'm just going to watch right away. I got to watch it.
Coming out on Friday is the worst for me because like I have students, and it's like as soon as I roll out of bed, boom, I'm like my day is
Friday show, yeah.
And if I watch the show, it's like no one is interrupting me. I'm in a certain spot in my bed. I'm focused in, so I can't do that and then no, I have to get up and do something else now. So I'm gonna watch it right after this. But what I was thinking, I was talking to my buddies. So you guys can tell me yes or no. So Petro, obviously he's the Quicksilver of X-Men. He's coming in as it looks like he's coming in as the 80s version of himself. from the Dark Phoenix movie. If I'm right or wrong about that, or is it? I think it's out of the 90s or the 90s version of it, but out of the 80s or 90s version of him. So
he was acting a lot more and talking a lot more like his X-Men version.
Because I was thinking if they're going to bring in, like, let's say if she brings in the mutants, I'm thinking that she's bringing in the first class versions of the mutants, as opposed to the earlier versions with the classic mutant movie characters or whatever.
Well, so, casting wise, that would be the better choice.
Obviously.
Agreed.
So I was.
How are you going to get, you know, Quicksilver?
What's that?
For Quicksilver?
Or in any of his classmates. I mean, to try and bring in, you know, like Halle Berry, you know, I mean, I don't see it happening.
Yeah. It doesn't even make sense if they do that.
I think they're pulling it. They're taking us all for a ride right here. Yeah.
Maybe they'll recast.
As much as I like Halle Berry, I didn't like her as Storm anyways.
Did you like her before or after she changed her accent in the middle of the movie?
Right? Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
I was before, man.
Either.
I don't really just don't look the part. Like certain actors don't look and for that movie to have so many different big name characters. Well, at the time, some of them were big name, but they fit the role so perfectly. Halle Berry, she still had the stink of Catwoman on her.
Catwoman.
Yeah. I gotta say I did like her with the mohawk though.
Oh yeah.
That was
mohawk.
Cool.
Yeah. They did all right. They did all right with those. So I would.
Okay, one more.
Oh.
Okay.
Are we ready? Okay. Pop quiz. Hot shots. The hardest choices require the strongest will.
Thanos. Infinity War.
Which movie?
Yeah, Infinity War.
Infinity War.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Oh, on top of it.
He had so many good quotes in that movie.
Oh my gosh! Everything that Thanos said.
Yeah, everything
from the very beginning. Like just watching him talk to Thor, and the way he was talking to Thor and Loki, and the way he was just like calm, and I was just they lost already. I was like, man.
He's like, sorry, sorry, nothing.
They lost already. Yeah.
Oh my god!
All right, one more.
You got one more?
One more. Part of the journey is the end.
Iron Man.
Tony
Stark.
Oh yeah.
Endgame.
Yeah, like the early scene where he's in the ship by himself,
talking to the helmet.
Helmet. You know? I love that.
I was right there with you, Troy. I was right there.
Yeah.
I was leaning on Iron Man 3, like towards the end, like when he was getting the stuff taken out of.
Wait, don't you hate that? Don't you hate that movie?
I hate that movie. Yeah. With a passion. However, there were, I would say, 10% of that movie were redeemable. 10%.
There were some good parts in it.
I think 9.5% of the redeemable part was Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end?
At the end. Oh,
That's
yeah.
True.
Oh, yeah.
Total badass. Total badass.
Cool.
Pepper is...
Or even when she saved him in the mansion attack. That was cool, too. First time she'd gone the armor.
The Mandarin just... I don't know why it enraged me.
Oh, no. I didn't like it either.
I was enraged. Like, I was in the movie theaters like...
Because they built it up so strongly at the beginning of the movie, and then it's like, what? He's just an actor? Come on.
Yeah. Well, now, and if are they bringing? I mean, they're going to bring the real Mandarin. In now, which I think are they doing it to redeem themselves, or was it their plan all along? I mean, maybe all the flack they got from fans was like, okay, we screwed up.
I feel like they're not going to be able to do a Mandarin better than they had the perfect Mandarin.
Yeah, they did.
And they made him a buffoon.
I know. Even as a buffoon, I loved his performance. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, he was great up until that point.
Yeah. But they did that one shot, and the one shot was kind of like the redeeming. All right, well, yeah, the real Mandarin is out there, and he's like part of a bigger system, and you know, I don't know. At this point, I kind of don't want to see the Mandarin because Tony Stark is dead. So it's like, what's the point of you coming now? But I'm interested to see what they're going to do with it. Are they going to make it clean? That's the other thing.
Jesse, I have a question. I have a question we didn't answer.
Sure.
What's everybody's opinion of who Ralph is?
Ooh.
Oh.
A couple people. Ralph, yeah, I wanted to get into some deeper things, and I had some answers actually. My theory it relates to the comics, and when they had the twins in the comics, it was more satanic, if you will. And, Mosquito here is behind the scenes, but he had an underling. So Mosquito, I would say, is Ralph, and I think his underling Nightmare is possibly also attached to the show, and that's who Evan Peters is. I don't think he's gonna. I mean, I think they're gonna bring the X-Men back, but he's not playing Quicksilver. He's helping Mosquito feed Scarlet Witch these ideas to make this broader fake world or mutant like superhero type of scenario. To what end? Who knows? Like
there are a lot of references to hexagonal shape, like a hexagon, all throughout. It's referencing to Mosquito.
Yeah. And Evan Peters, didn't he, in his conversation with her, didn't he say something like, you could have created like such a nightmare, but you've created this like fantastic world, you know, this fantastic little town. Like, didn't he say something about a nightmare? I swear to God, he did. Like when,
you know what he said?
They mentioned nightmare in this show like 4 or 5 times, or something like that.
Another thing he said was, when the kids were trick or treating, he's like, "Go raise hell, demon spawn."
Demon spawn.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I was reading that a lot of people were thinking that he brought Evan Peters in because she really didn't know anything about it. It was like a huge surprise to her when she opened up the door and there's her brother.
She doesn't know why he has a different face. She's not theorizing that he's from an X-Men universe. So they're doing so great. I hope they get some sort of award because the acting is spectacular.
What about him? More excited about Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, we're hitting the 1 hour mark, and I wanted to keep it close to that. So we'll save the Winter Soldier and the Falcon show for next week, and do some homework on the trailer. All we have is the trailer right now. So we'll talk more about the next episode of WandaVision. We'll add in the trailer we could talk about the trailer for Loki. We could talk about the trailer of Falcon and Winter Soldier and how all that MCU is going into phase 4 and phase 5 and all this grandeur. So do you guys have anything to say? Oh, wow, Kate did that on the air. Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Very nice.
Thanks for being here, Kate. I want to buy that one from you.
Nice.
That exact one. So I will get a hold of you.
Bring back some new quotes next time. I'll make them harder since you guys are
harder.
I'll make them harder. The first one, I stumped you guys. I did. That was a good one.
So I'm gonna shuffle you into the back room, Kate. Thanks for being here.
Yep.
And doing the pop quiz. We got Corey back, and we still got Lego Train guy holding tough in the back room. Sorry, man. What do you say, Bama? First episode of the spoiler show. You didn't get to say too much. Do you have some final thoughts?
I think all the episodes are leading. I mean, they've done a great job on them. I wish there was a little bit more and more in depth, but I think that they've done a great job on the series.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I have a feeling it's gonna be a big cliffhanger at the very end.
Oh, right. They'll leave us hanging.
Yeah.
They're gonna. Oh my gosh! It's gonna
Well, one of the things they were theorizing about the person that Paul Bettany was excited to be working with and hadn't worked with yet was Benedict Cumberbatch. And they're like, well, wait a minute. But no, they never did the movie together. They never actually performed together. So he was going on and on about what a great opportunity it was to work with this person for the first time. So maybe we get a prelude into Doctor Strange 2.
Multiverse of Madness.
That's what I was just gonna say. This is probably gonna lead up to that.
Let's hear something.
I did read it like they were talking about because of Evan Peters coming in, that could play into the Doctor Strange 2 for the different multi-universe.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he's not playing Pietro, they picked him for a reason.
Well, that's what I was thinking. There's no, that's not an accident.
Right. They never do anything. Marvel never does anything.
That's why they're genius, and that's why DC can't manage to do anything right.
Evan Peters was one of the most loved characters out of the X-Men series.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So it was kind of almost like, they're going to be bringing him into something because of how much the fans loved him as a playing the character.
I wanted to mention something, but I don't want to go into a rabbit hole because I know we're trying to end it up.
Yeah.
There was a
final thoughts. Go ahead, Corey.
Spider-Man had made a deal with the devil in the comics, where he wanted to. I think it was. It's the name of the comic is fuzzy to me right now, but basically it was like he wanted to reverse everything that's been going on, like. Mary Jane died, Aunt May died, they found out his identity, all that stuff. So he made a deal with the devil to kind of reverse all that stuff, whatever. I'm thinking that this character, the Ralph character, is going to play a major role throughout everything that's dealing with the multiverse theory.
The new the new Thanos.
So I feel like that's where we're going to go with that.
Kang, maybe?
Kang. We're going to see Kang the Conqueror, and we're going to see more Baron Zemo. Yeah, we'll save Baron Zemo for next week. That's fantastic, Corey. Cool. Thanks for being here. I want to have you all back, so I'll try to upgrade my account and have everybody on at the same time.
Yeah, I was fine.
Bryce is back. Go ahead, Bryce.
I was fine just chilling in the back room. I got the treehouse winterized with the new with the white leaves, so I was glad to do that. And hopefully next week I can be on here again and hopefully have a little bit more screen time.
Cool.
All right.
Well, I do have to head out and feed the family before the next stream. So thanks, everybody. Good to see you. We'll see you again next week. If you want to see some cool Deadpool mocks, check out my Instagram pictures.
I definitely do.
There's some cool stuff.
Larry Legend.
All right. Cool.
Thanks, Larry.
See you guys.
We'll see you maybe at Hope Castle too. All right.
Yep.
I'm gonna remove him and I can add Bama back. Kate's still chilling in the back.
Yeah.
I just wanted, we'll slowly say goodbye because of this weird shuffling of pictures and stuff. But yeah, everybody. I don't know. I only have a few people watching, but I think we'll get replay with all of my fantastic guests. Thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you for having us.
That was a great 1 hour discussion, and I want to keep doing it every Friday night and spoil the heck out of Marvel and DC and anything superhero related. So you guys are in my Instagram chat. If you have a theme that you want to focus on, or hey, because I know Superman and Lois is coming up So we'll talk Superman and Lois and some DC when that airs, and add that in somehow. What do you think, Willie?
I'll be here every week. I'm ready.
All right.
We got the Snyder cut in about 3 weeks.
Snyder cut.
Finally,
Perfect.
we finally getting that.
Yep,
Yeah.
3 weeks
Finally.
of March 18th.
All right.
So we got the Snyder cut of the Justice League to talk about. Great way to end the show with that comment. Anything else to say? We're gonna switch Bama with Brickhuntress. What is she waving?
Hey,
Are you
Jesse.
waving? Are you waving at me?
I was just gonna say Corey's holding his tongue right now about the Snyder cut. I can just tell.
Oh, I'm
But,
just
yeah.
saying we're talking about it.
He was like, mm-mm.
Nah, that was. I'll be there. I'll do my best. I'll be there for that conversation, and I'll just be a spectator because
Cool. Cool.
Hopefully they fix the facial hair.
Man, I would love to know what you think, Corey.
Just
Yeah.
leave the mustache on for Snyder cut. That would be great.
that would be.
Good comment, Troy. Troy, why don't you do a final remark?
Thanks for letting me be here, buddy. It's great to be with everybody who is of like mind, with the comics and Marvel and everything. So it's been a lot of fun. Thank you guys.
And Lego.
And Lego. Yeah.
It's like I could talk Marvel. I could bring some other, casual friends from other walks of life. But having we didn't, some of us were building Lego in the background, and some of these streams will maybe do set reviews when there's newer stuff superhero related. So again, throw me comments, throw me ideas, and we will. What's that?
The Eternal set.
Yeah, we could
Eternals, yes.
Yeah, we could do an Eternals build and chat.
Because we have it's in my darn catalog, for crying out loud. So
Yeah, it's not on the website though, but it's another story.
Right.
all right, perfect. That's a perfect example of keeping the conversation going. Thanks, Corey. All right, Larry left. Everybody said their final words.
Yeah.
Yep.
So thanks for tuning into WandaVision spoiler show, and look for more on Jesse's Brick Galaxy channel with all these fantastic guests. Thanks again for being on. Appreciate you guys' time and watching the show ahead of time. And everyone stay safe, keep building, and be creative. Excelsior.